Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, I'm homebound. And I need you.
Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast on the Athletic Network. It's Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Tass Mellis.
Podcast listeners, this is for you.
Next to him, they call him Mellow Yellow. It's the bearded one, Trey Kirby. Hey, yo. Looking good in that yellow today.
Has anybody seen my tiny curious monkey?
And over yonder, making the magic happen, back from the motherland, it's JD.
Hello, eh?
Hey! How was the trip home to Canada?
It was great. It was great. So a week with my parents. What could be better?
It's funny you say that. My mom is coming down to Atlanta somewhat soon. And we're going to spend a week down here, yeah.
Mama Skeets.
Yeah, that's right.
Can't wait to meet her.
That's right. But it was good. You drove home.
I drove solo, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I took 2 days. 2 days to get there and 2 days to get back. So, you know.
What'd you do in the car? What'd you listen to?
Oh, I raw dogged it for a little while, alone with my thoughts for a bit. Then I caved and cranked in some audiobooks and some some podcasts and some Smashing Pumpkins. Why not, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I had full control. You never have that on a road trip as a dad, So.
Sure. What about that, the stay overnight? What did you do for that? That would be the biggest question mark for me.
A glass of wine and a bath.
No baths in either. I was staying in crappy motels. I was trying to do it on the cheap.
Sure.
But, I hit a Mexican restaurant in Tip City, just north of Dayton, Ohio.
Oh God, Ohio,
So that was
gigantic
nice.
Ohio.
Yeah, I had a little. Got a little tipsy in Tip City. Nah, just kidding. I had a margarita, but it was good.
And then the same route back, or did you go a different
Same
way?
route back,
Okay.
except I went to Texas Roadhouse on the way back. There I did get a little bit tipsy. Florence, Kentucky.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now these were not planned stops. These were like, okay, I'm tired.
No. I did plan it. I was like, okay, this is about halfway. I'll stop here. But it's good to have a destination. If you just keep going and going, that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, maybe or not, because at some point you're like, I'm close enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just
I'm
go.
close.
Yeah.
Let's do it all.
5 hours is nothing.
Yeah. Did you stay in a La Quinta?
I did, actually.
I knew you did. There's so many La Quintas.
My room was right across from the indoor pool, so it reeked of chlorine.
All right, well, it's great to have you back here.
Oh, great to be
in the
back.
Classic Factory as we get closer to the start of the NBA season. On today's pod, we have a little fun. We're going to do a 21 and under NBA player mock draft. We're looking for the youngins. If the young boys don't like the heckling,
The young boys.
they can stick to Tiddlywinks and PlayStation. We're going to draft the best young players in the NBA. This was inspired by the Athletics article from back in August with our guys James Edwards III, Kelly Iko, Will Guillory. They were selecting teams. Highly encourage you to check that out. Drop the link in the show notes. One thing from that draft, I know you guys I'm sure looked at it, Kelly Iko, who covers the Rockets, he took 4 out of the 5 young Rockets
He couldn't stop.
in his draft.
He's addicted.
It was blowing my mind. I'm like, wow, he just keeps drafting Rocket players, but they got a lot of them, and I'm sure some of them will get selected here. One tweak from their article, though. We are going to be selecting any NBA player who is 21 or younger at the start of this upcoming season. They'll be eligible to be drafted by us. So put another way, you can't be 22 or older on October 22nd, 2024. That's opening night. So that's what we're going with here. 21 and under by the start of the season. Some guys will just, slip in here because of November birthdays or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Paolo, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Happy birthday, Josh Giddey, October 10th. Thank you. Blessings. I'm so glad he was born then, so I didn't feel like I had to draft him when he came around.
That does eliminate guys like Josh Giddey, early October birthday. Same with Jonathan Kuminga. Alperen Şengün is out of the running here because he will be 22 by the start of the season. But for the most part, a lot of the guys are still available that the Athletic crew took. Rookies drafted in June, obviously eligible, except for Zach Edey, who's like going to be like almost 22 and a half by opening night. So we can't take the big man from Canada, so he's off the board. And I think we decided we will only be looking at NBA players, or at least guys that are drafted to NBA teams. So we can't take Cooper Flagg. All right, the projected number 1 pick of next year's draft. He's not in the NBA yet. He hasn't even played at Duke yet. No flags.
No flags.
All right. The goal is to create the best team possible to, maybe win a title in the coming years. We're going to pick 7 players each, and we'll use the old snake draft rules. Okay, so whoever drafts last in the first round will get to draft first in the second round. 7 rounds total. Now, we usually use the old list randomizer to determine our draft order. I fire it up, I put our names in, and then I share it in Slack. Okay,
We're doing the whole draft on a website, right? That's what we should be doing.
We should.
Like an NFL fantasy that just happened.
Be nice.
That was fun.
That would be nice. No, we're just gotta remember everybody. But I wanted to
I got a 6 spreadsheet ready to bounce.
Yeah, nice. I love it.
I thought, though, instead of the list randomizer, we could literally find out live on the air who's drafting first, second, and third. Okay, and we're gonna do it with a good old pack of playing cards.
There we go.
Draft high, right? Ace is high.
Ace is high.
You want Jack's
high,
Wild too, or no? Just keep it simple. I'll go a quick shuffle here. I did a lot of
Wild.
shuffling before I came
Are there
in.
jokers in there?
No jokers. Took them out.
Good.
Okay. So, who wants to pull first?
I do.
Okay. Tassie, you just pull a card. Maybe hold it for a second. Yeah.
Oh, just from a flat deck.
Yeah.
Full deck.
Okay. You could. Okay. I see what you're doing. Yeah, you could just take the card. No, I meant just cut
I like
it.
this one.
Okay, I like that. Wow, I didn't know
like
you guys
that
were gonna do
one,
that.
yeah.
Hold on, let me pick one. I'll go near the bottom here. All right. Tass, you can show your card first. What do you got?
I'm going to surprise myself. I haven't looked yet.
Ooh,
8 of hearts.
Okay.
Right in the middle.
It's a wild one.
TK, what do you got? Oh, a 7 of spades. Could I get the number 1 pick with like a 9 or higher? Let's see. I'll just throw it up too. What do we got? Oh, a 10 of spades wins it.
No, I'll make mine a jack. It's a wild 8. I thought you said.
No. Okay, so it goes me,
You're gonna want
Tass, Trey. I do like that because it's just in order here at the table. Okay, so let's get it started. I have the first pick. JD, you got the cue. This won't take long. In the NBA's player 21 and under mock draft here, I will be taking Victor Wembanyama with the number 1 pick. I can tell you why if you really need to know, but he was pretty good in his rookie season. He averaged 21, 11, 4 assists, 3.5 blocks per game. He led all NBA rookies in scoring and rebounding and, of course, blocks per game average. Best rookie season, I guess, when you're looking at sort of like points per game and rebounds per game at least since Blake Griffin back in 2010, 2011. His PER as a rookie, it's like one of the greatest ever for a rookie. You're talking about Wilt Chamberlain and David Robinson and Michael Jordan. He had a better PER, Wemby did, than, guys like Shaq in their rookie season. So, incredible player, still super young, number 1 pick. Everybody was going to take him. I would say maybe even the first 3 picks are going to move quickly here, but it'll get exciting as we move on. But Wemby off the board. Tass, you have the second pick.
That's it for tones? I thought we were getting an audio tone. I thought
No, just every round.
Every round. Okay.
Yeah.
My second pick, I know Trey would love to get this guy. He's the biggest Banchero fan there is, but I'm taking Paolo Banchero.
Yeah.
Pretty simple pick here. He got better in year 2. He got better as a 3-point shooter. I can't wait to watch this man inside the arc, though. That's where he is his perfect self. He's a bit of an old school guy, but obviously he can front face that basket. I can't wait to see you play center with him with the Orlando Magic. Now that they've invested in Jonathan Isaac a little bit more to see if they're going to play together. I know Wendell Carter's a decent starter. But anyways, that's just an interesting team overall, how they invested in Isaac and KCP. But overall, obviously, Banchero is just damn good. So when we're talking 21 and under, or under 22, I should say, yeah, it's pretty simple. Banchero's number 2.
It's amazing that he doesn't turn 22 until November. So, yeah, he's one of these guys that just sneaks in here in our draft. But, yeah, he's played 2 full seasons.
Yeah.
And a lot of games and scored a ton of points. Both seasons over 20 points per game. Was an all-star last year. I actually looked at him like, man, this guy scored a lot for his age and his first 2 years. How does that compare to, like, Kevin Durant, who started really hot as a rookie and obviously is one of the greatest scorers of all time? It's pretty close. KD scored just under 3,500 points over his first 2 seasons in 154 games played. Paolo's at 3,241 points in 152 games played. That's not that far off. And then actually, if you throw in the points he scored in the playoffs, it's almost identical because KD didn't make it there in the first couple of years. So anyway, that's
and once they get better around him, he'd be even better. That's just the impressive part. Yeah, obviously, Franz is really good. But they need a little bit of help. They need some guard help. And then he would be even better. So that makes the numbers ridiculously impressive.
38 in a Game 7 in the playoffs his first time around. The guy was awesome. And yeah, they don't have perfect spacing around him. They got a ton of centers on the roster. He can definitely get better, I feel like, from an efficiency standpoint. But yeah, easy top 2 picks. Who's making All-NBA this year? Do you think Wemby will make it and Paolo, or just one or the other of them?
Good question. I mean,
Wemby's there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paolo could be.
He could be.
Absolutely. Especially if they're a good team, because the Magic, I know they get overlooked at times when we talk about the Eastern Conference, but they obviously were good last year. They've added pieces. They could be better.
He plays a lot.
Yeah. I think it's like an All-NBA third team is in the running.
I think so.
Yeah. So
a lot of forwards out there, though. A lot of forwards,
but they were obvious 1-2 in our 21 and under mock draft here. I think I know where you're going to go with the third pick, but here you go.
The draft starts now. Give me the tone, JD. Just kidding. I'm going with a Brandon here. Got to be Brandon Miller. Played his rookie season for the Charlotte Hornets, 17 a game, 4 rebounds, a couple assists, shot it really well from the field, 44%, 37 from 3. And I also just think there are not very many wings that are on the draft board for the 21 and under players here.
Yeah.
So I think Miller had a really hot start to the season. It's going to be interesting to see if the Hornets kind of become his team or LaMelo Ball's team. LaMelo just has not been able to stay on the court, but they feel like a nice match together. But I thought Brandon Miller exceeded my expectations last year, and I think he has room to grow too. Like, I think he can be a better player with the ball in his hands, not necessarily just finishing plays, but creating as well. And the fact that he's got serious size, handles, he's a Paul George type player, and there's not a lot of those that are on the draft eligible list here.
No, not at all.
Yeah, get a better offense around him, he's going to be even better. The fact that he had those good numbers without LaMelo Ball, with a team that was just dying out there. I mean, Steve Clifford said it himself as the head coach. We don't got enough talent. He's essentially said that. Brandon Miller's numbers, 37% from 3. Yeah, he wasn't super efficient when you look at his true shooting percentage, but half his shots were 3s. You get a little space out there with a guy like LaMelo Ball, and he's playing the wing, as you said. That's the future of the NBA. So he's a great rook on a team that didn't have a lot of help for him. Once he gets help, he's going to be super, super good, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, number 3 pick for me, that was easy for Brandon Miller, for sure.
Yeah, I love to see that he steadily increased his scoring averages, for the most part, as the season went on, despite becoming like basically the focal point of that offense. So you got to assume the opponent's like scouting reports are starting to lock in on him and try and slow him, but he still got better. Quick trivia question with him. He hit 184 3-pointers. That's the 4th highest total ever by a rookie. 184, like you said, on 37% shooting, shot a lot of them. Can you name the only other rookies to hit more in their rookie season?
It's like Keegan Murray.
Keegan Murray, number 1. Yeah, he cracked 200. Good call.
He was
Yep.
the hot
And then
one.
the other 2 names. So these are
Curry.
No.
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. Well done. One more.
It's got to be Booker?
No,
he
you got to
doesn't
go
kill
back a little
threes.
bit more. But like, obviously, he's still. He's still considered one of the.
Buddy Hield?
No. We got
Dame?
Damian Lillard.
Nice,
There
yeah,
you go.
yeah. Good
So
one.
Keegan Murray,
Good
Donovan
of the
Mitchell, Damian Lillard splashed more threes in the rookie season, but right there, Brandon Miller in 74 games. And I do like that you brought up the Paul George, because didn't he famously call Paul George
his goat,
His
man.
goat.
That's his goat.
His favorite player. Will Brandon Miller have a Paul George career? Which is pretty good. Like 9-time
Pretty good,
All-Star,
yeah.
6-time All-NBA, most improved, 4-time All-Defense. Ooh, I like that's a high bar.
That would be a great
That'd be an
career for
incredible
Brandon
season.
Miller.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
his defense isn't like Paul George's defense. When Paul George came to the league, they're like, this guy's going to be a 3-and-D player. They knew the defense was there. The offense took the step. I think it's kind of the flip side.
Yes,
With Brandon Miller.
yeah.
The offense is there. Maybe the defense comes around because he has the tools. That'd be great for the Hornets if he ends up being a Paul George level defender. But even if he's just average, I think he's good enough offensively that he'll make some All-Star teams. Will he make this many All-NBA teams? I don't know. That's a high bar to meet, but I think he's on the pathway.
Brandon Miller's rookie season from last year, when you look at it on StatHead, it's pretty comparable to Paul George's 3rd season in the NBA. Offensively, I think the defense is the
yeah.
big difference maker, but that's a pretty good start for this guy. All right, let's go to round 2. TK will have the first pick.
It's nice to have the first or the third pick because you're getting a tone occasionally.
Yeah,
Calling him no-tone Tass around here. I can't believe it. I got one Brandon on my team. This might be a reach. But I'm going with Brandon Pajemski
Okay.
for the 4th pick. I just don't think there's that many guards I want on my team.
There's not a
and
lot
he's
of guards.
good. I mean, the numbers last year are not super impressive because he was mostly a support player for the Golden State Warriors. 9 points a game, somehow 6 rebounds a game at 6'4". Great rebounding guard, 4 assists as well. He shot 38% from 3, 45 overall. Everybody calls him a connector, you know. He's not going to be your lead guy, but he can make a play on the other side of the ball. He can pass. He just does everything that you need. I think he fits nice to Brandon Miller, except for their names are spelled different. That threw me off, man. Brandin. Pajemski. You don't see that one a lot, but I think it's going to be a big year for Pajemski, likely moving into the starting lineup with the Warriors after Klay Thompson has departed. I just think he's ready for more. There was the article on The Athletic where they're basically like, you got to shoot the ball even more. He shot it well last year. They're saying shoot 8 to 10 threes, and if he does that, the scoring numbers just go way, way up, assuming he's able to maintain that efficiency, and you get some pretty good looks playing next to Steph Curry. So give me Pajemski. I feel like he was like, maybe the 9th pick when these guys were doing it at The Athletic. So maybe I'm reaching here. There's a lot of great bigs on the board, but guess what? There's a lot of great bigs on the board.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe a reach, but where you are in this draft, 4th here, and it's not going to come back for a while, there's not a lot of guards. There's way more bigs and sort of wings, I think, than there are talented, like, surefire, pretty damn good young guards. I think, but he's one of them. So maybe him grabbing him now. Maybe there wouldn't have been any left by the time we got back to
we'll see.
He would have been taken. I don't know, a Keontae George or something like that.
Keontae George,
which is fine. But okay.
Yeah, and the
Pajemski.
guards, the other guards are just drafted in this past draft, so we haven't seen them.
Well, true.
at all.
You could go rookies, and they will be selected. I assume.
There are plenty of guards. I'm thinking about it already. Keontae George had a good rookie season, and some of these other rookies will. But Brandon Pajemski, that guy's got it. He's just a real NBA player.
Did you have him as high as sort of as TK, really on your list?
Well, my lead guard,
Yeah,
because I like guards who shoot occasional hook shots. I like guards who just got the gusto. Mike Dunleavy apparently wouldn't allow him to be part of a trade, whatever it was for, whether it was for Paul George or whether it was for Larry Markkinen. They said no. That could be just a rumor. That could just be talk. But there's a reason they love this guy, and he's just a perfect player to play alongside superstars. It seems like after 1 year. So.
Okay, you have the 5th pick overall.
It gets tough. I got Banchero, so obviously I do want to take somebody that's on the outside. Now, but there's a great center I could play Banchero with. I truly believe that. So am I gonna? Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait on my guards. I'm putting Derek Lively beside him. Okay. I'm excited to have Derek Lively. Like he was just excited to play in the freaking finals. I just liked watching him pregame and how into it he was. He was just ready. He was ready for the bright lights. And he was just good as a 20-year-old to be able to play in the NBA finals. He knows who he is, and playing with Luka and Kyrie made him a better player, but he's just a damn good defender. He just loves to be a guy who gets in, I think, other teams' faces. He's got that attitude. And he did falter a little bit in the finals, but the lights weren't too bright. He recovered, and so he's a real basketball player. And him and Klay are already talking. Some at the WNBA game, the Aces or Liberty. They had a little chat as new teammates. That Steph saying "ew ew ew" while he was there, and seeing them, that was very funny. So I believe in this guy. He's a real player.
Okay, Derek Lively the second. Goes
One of the
5th.
funniest stats I thought when doing all this research is that Derek Lively shot 75% from the field last year. I mean, he probably took 75 dribbles the entire season. It's all alley-oops. It's all putbacks, but he makes them. And it seems like he's got a little bit more to his game, and he's got a deep trash talk bag.
Yeah.
This guy's going at Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, I know. He's jumping on that bandwagon. He did hit a 3, though, in the finals, didn't he? I think he oddly
did
hit a
Lively?
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know
I
he's
only
been
remember
asked
the
about
Tillman
it.
one.
He's been asked about it. Like, do you got to add that to your game? Feels like every guy needs it. He's like, sort of was like, nah, not yet. He's like, I want to dominate the paint. He does want to work on his handle and stuff like that. But like, even he the
Good.
limitations
Good.
are like, I
Yes.
don't need to step out and hit the corner 3 all the time yet. Like, let me do what I'm good at. I did like to see him. He did raise his like free throw percentage when you got into the postseason. Now he raised it to like 63%.
There you go.
Over, I guess, the final 3 rounds. But this guy was like a 50% free throw shooter during the regular season. There was some hack-a-livelies going on, if you remember, and he did really well. So that's good to see. The mechanics are there, and I think he can work on that. So Lively, I thought, would go pretty early. He goes 5th. He gone. All right. I have the 6th pick here. This is where in the athletic draft, I forget who it was, but Gigi Jackson, the second, was selected 6th overall. Now, this was prior to the injury.
Yeah.
I liked the pick. I thought maybe it was a little bit of an early reach. I feel like he could have been there a little bit later.
Risky
But
from
now
James
he's,
Edwards.
Now he's out for, what are they saying, at least 3 months?
At least 3 months.
So you can't be on your team?
No, I mean, we're playing, I assume, to start October. I mean, I need him out there. I can't take him that early. I'm going to go with Amen Thompson. So, look, limitations when it comes to shooting. But he's a guy that I feel like can do everything else. And he's a bit of a glue guy. Maybe I'm reaching early on him. But I want a wing. I need a defensive-minded guy if I'm going to stop maybe your Paolo's. He's probably a little undersized. But, of course, Brandon Miller, something like that. So I'll go Amen Thompson in the 6th spot. That is the Rockets player.
That's the
for those that are
Rockets
trying to
player.
keep track of the Thompson twins. Any objection? Am I going too soon for a player that can't, at least like his brother, haven't been able to prove that they can shoot? Though he's a little better than Asar.
I think is he?
Well-
I don't know. Asar shot 19% from 3, and Amen shot 14% from 3. Neither of these guys can shoot. But that's not why you're drafting him.
No.
You're drafting him because your team has Victor Wembanyama and now Amen Thompson. So
We've got an
good
identity.
luck scoring against this team.
We do have an identity. All right.
Yeah.
So, any thoughts
That's
on
an
Amen?
interesting. Yeah, I think I would put Asar Thompson at a higher spot. I would
Really?
I'd pick
Oh, I
Asar.
disagree.
Yeah, I blame Asar Thompson not having a good rookie season all on Monty Williams and what they were doing there. I mean, play a guard. Don't play Killian Hayes. It's unfortunate what happened to Killian Hayes. He's gone. But he was playing him so much beside Asar Thompson, who can't shoot. Killian Hayes can't shoot. There's some problems out there on that floor. So it's an interesting one. It's fun to watch those two guys. Asar Thompson was better to start the year. Amen Thompson much better to finish the year.
Right.
He was awesome. All right, so my team.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's me.
No, it's me.
Oh, you're
Coming
double
back,
man.
coming
Double
back.
man.
Double
My
back.
excuse.
Start of round 3. There we go.
It is. My bad. I didn't hear
okay.
the tone.
It's okay. Ooh, what does that mean, though? You were antsy to go.
Yeah, he was ready.
Who did he want?
Somebody.
Who can I steal from him? I have no idea. I'm clueless. But I'm going to go back to the bigs, and I'm going to take here, I guess I'm turning into a real Kelly Eco, but I'll give me back-to-back Rockets.
Oh, no.
I'm taking Jabari Smith Jr., who I did think got overlooked a little bit last year, what he did and how he improved.
Yeah, he's good.
He's got a couple years under his belt. I think this is a guy that could average next year in his 3rd season, 16 and 9 with like 2 3-pointers made per game. I think he's improving defensively, which you love to see. That offensive efficiency, it did jump from his very sort of poor rookie season to that second year, which you love. So I'm taking Jabari Smith Jr. here. Again,
You don't sound like you love it.
no, I just don't. Would he have been there on the way back? I think one of you would have taken him. So
Probably.
I maybe have to grab him now because I really want him. Pairing him with Wemby as sort of my front court. This guy can sort of play center. So maybe when Wemby says, "Hey, I don't want to be a center," it's like, "Hey, don't worry, Jabari's a center. It won't matter. They're my 2 bigs." So he is off the board. I go back-to-back Rockets. Eco style.
Yeah, welcome to the ecosystem. I mean, it's irresistible, right? The Rockets just have a lot of good players.
I know.
And they all seem to fit, especially when you're mixing them with other teams, which you really haven't yet. But, I mean, I like what you're putting together here. All the tallest, skinny guys around.
That's right.
Yeah.
3% body fat across your front court between Smith, Amen, and Wemby.
That's right. Okay, Tash, you have the next pick here. This is, what is this overall? 8th overall.
Yeah. You definitely got a good one in there in Jabari Smith. I think that guy's underrated. Now, for me, I'm reaching down here. Basically, I've got Banchero and Lively, so I need a guard. So really, it's what do I feel like? Do I feel like gambling with Scoot? Long term, do I believe in Scoot?
Right.
I think I'm going to go with somebody who hasn't even played in the NBA here. I'm going to go
rookie?
with Stephon Castle.
Wow, I
nice
did not
one.
see him being the first rookie selected.
He's a damn good player. Now, he ain't winning Rookie of the Year. There might be another guard who could win Rookie of the Year that is definitely available. I just believe long-term with the guys I have in Banchero who's going to score every single possession. I need a guy who's going to stop the ball on the perimeter. And Stephon Castle is a good defender, and he's going to get better as an offensive player. He's young. He's super young at 19. He's just going to get smarter. So I'm taking a long-term look here. It's just like what the Spurs do. Okay, yeah, he's 19. Who cares? Like Wembanyama, you just go sit. I mean, we're going to play Jeremy Sohan at point guard. He's not a point guard. I mean, they're just thinking long-term, and I think this guy is capable of that. So, yeah.
You like
I'm going
Castle's
deep.
upside more than Cason Wallace.
I love Cason Wallace.
Right.
Yeah, he's there. He's there amongst the guards. One of you guys is going to get him.
Yeah.
Because I need. I'm done with my point guards. I think.
Okay.
I think I'm done. But deep. I got a deep bag. I got a deep bag of point guards. That's ready to go.
I think you need to be looking shooting, probably.
Yeah, you're right.
But who knows if Castle's going to be able to shoot? Paolo and Derek Lively, not necessarily shooters, but I'm a Castle fan. It'll be interesting to see just what he's able to do his rookie year. If he's able to be any sort of an offensive player, he touts himself as like a point guard. He played basically on the wing for UConn, but seems to be a kind of do everything sort of player, maybe an Andre Iguodala type, who handled the ball and made some plays for the 76ers early in his career. Should be cool to see him next to Wemby this year.
Yeah, and Chris Paul teaching him. It should be good.
Good guy to learn from.
Okay, end of the third round, so 9th pick overall. TK, who you got?
I'm going to go Cason Wallace.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, completing my guard rotation with Brandon Pajemski. Wallace, a little bit better defender. I would say kind of small, if I'm being honest. Both of those guys, 6'4" and under. But Cason Wallace, 7 points a game, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He was coming off the bench for a loaded Thunder team. They got even better this year. I don't know where the opportunity is for him, but he's starting on my team. 42% from 3. He was closing games for the Thunder come playoff time and basically made Josh Giddey expendable for him. I'm a big fan of his. I think he can do more as a player as well. Maybe it doesn't happen in OKC. Maybe he just is an awesome role player type, but like ceiling-wise, he could get to like Derek White sort of level, I think, where he can handle the ball, he can make shots outside, and then he's an awesome defender on the other end.
Love the pick.
Great pick.
You knew it was. I thought he would go in the first 4 or 5 rounds for sure. And he falls at the end of the third round, probably the right spot. And you basically have your guards, like you said.
Yep.
So you're set there. And there's a lot of bigs left. Any thoughts on Cason Wallace? You're a fan.
Love him. Yeah. He was great off the bench in the playoffs. You could rely on him just to be extremely good defensively. Yeah, he just needs a little bit more of the keys to a team to see how great he'll be offensively. But he doesn't have that in OKC. But when OKC makes a good pick, it's a good pick for a reason. It's a smart one. It's a smart one.
Okay, start of the 4th round, JD.
Gotta get big boy. Gotta get big boy. Jalen Duren is my big boy.
Oh, the big boy.
14 points, 12 rebounds a game last year. He obviously missed a little bit of time. The Pistons did not have a great season. 62% from the field. Shot it okay at the free throw line. I like he was almost an 80% free throw shooter, so he's got a little bit of touch. And he passes the ball all right as well. 2 assists per game can at least be a connecting kind of player. Pass it to him at the high post, he'll throw it to another guy standing over on the other post. I don't think Jalen Duren is as good at defense as you would think he is,
right, with
the athleticism he has, the size, the strength.
Yeah.
But he can get better. And he doesn't need to on my team. We'll be happy if he just scores. But I had to get somebody who can clean up the glass and do a little bit on the interior.
Casual fans must think that Jalen Duren is good at defense. If you just look at him, he looks like Dwight Howard 2.0. So you're like, oh, he must be awesome.
Yeah.
He's not.
No.
You're right. You're
No.
right.
He just runs around out there.
He just runs around. But offensively, he's like, you lock him in for a double-double. He's a double-double machine. I think he had 44 double-doubles last year. And I really, I had that in my notes too. I was like, 80% at the line almost? Like, damn, that's pretty good.
He's got to stretch it out? He's got to stretch it out?
Maybe.
He's the next beef stew? Come on. The big boy.
So, Jalen Duren goes first in the 4th round. You got your big man, your big boy. Any thoughts on Jalen Duren? Would you have taken? It sounds like you're shrugging a little bit.
I'm loaded at center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're loaded.
I got a Lively. He's a very solid
Yeah,
player.
and most people would take Lively over Duran.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah, so Trey had to go big. Just like me with my pick here, I gotta go shooter. I have a hole right now. Thank you for reminding me, Trey, that I got
a hole.
I got Stephon Castle at point.
Right.
Banchero's going to do his thing. He's a capable shooter, but it's
Yeah,
not
the
his
highest
thing.
efficiency. Yeah.
Yeah. And I want some space for him, so I gotta spread it out, and I need space for Derek Lively as well. So I'm going GG Jackson.
Okay. Okay.
That guy at 19 years of age got up 6 threes per game. And I'm buying into the future a little bit with Stephon Castle and himself. This is a long-term play. Call me Sam Presti. I'm looking into the future. And he played most of his minutes at the 4 last year. He can play the 3, obviously. He's just I say that because he's the future of the NBA here. He's going to be good. So he's going to be able to play in a lot of spots. We want to go play a little small ball with Banchero at the 5 at times. We can. I'm already planning this out. So GG, my man, GG, and he's just seems like a likable guy. I got a good locker room, I think.
Yeah, great drummer.
Great drummer.
Yeah, if that ever comes up, he's holding it down on the trap set. Yeah, I would have had him way higher too. Had he not had the foot injury, shot 35% from 3 last year. Not a great number, but he took a ton of them, and also like a big, strong dude for kind of a stretch 4 physical wing. He's a really solid player with a ton of room to grow.
Okay, so it comes to me here for the last pick of this round. Just to refresh your memory on my team here, as I refresh my own.
Yeah, it sounds like you're refreshing yourself.
Yeah, Wembanyama, all right. Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr. Now, the problem is here, I need some guards, but there's a lot of Rockets players I still want to run the ecosystem.
There's the Rocket available at the guard spot.
I know. I mean, I obviously have back-to-back picks here. Oh, man, where do I go here? Look, the guards, I've got it down. I'll just tell you. I've got it down to taking Scoot Henderson, who people have completely written off after a rookie season in Portland. And it's like, okay, he's going to be nothing. He's going to bounce back. There's going to be some growth. He showed flashes, of course, at times even last year. He's built like a goddamn Mack truck. I don't know if you've seen any photos of him working out in the offseason. Just huge. He gets bigger somehow. So there's him. There's another Portland Trailblazers guard, more of a shooting guard, Shaedon Sharpe. Play the homer card there. Good old Canadian boy, but he got injured a little bit last year, but he was scoring 17, 18 points per game. I love him. High flyer. And then there is a rookie who can shoot.
Oh, yeah.
In Reed Shepherd. So, all that said, I'm taking 2 guards here, and I am going to go with my, final pick of this round. I'll go with Shaedon Sharpe. I'm taking a shooter, a high-flying, athletic dude in Sharpe. So he is that pick, and then we can start the next round, JD, round 5. Because I'm adding another Rocket, and I'm taking Reed Shepherd. Yeah, we loved what we saw in Summer League. Oh, we are putting everything into that, but man, the guy looked awesome. He was one of the best rookies at Summer League, one of the best players overall. In terms of controlling a game, obviously the playmaking, the shooting, everybody throwing out the Mark Price comparison. You see it. I mean, you really
because of the haircut, right?
Yeah,
I think that's
the look
main
helps.
thing.
He just looks like a choir boy for sure.
How does he have that haircut in 2024? Unbelievable.
Oh my God. The photos of him, like they do, you can fire up Getty Images, and it's like the photo shoot, really. They are just he looks like he's 12 years old. But he can hoop.
Is it just sweat that he just sweats through it, and so he just got a mop, really.
He's got a mop. He's got a little
He's
mop.
got a little bowl cut.
Yeah, it's bowling.
Bowl cut Reed.
But man, he looked good, and I need some shooting. I desperately need some shooting, and I feel like a lot of these guys on the board, I feel pretty good adding Sharpe and Shepherd.
Sharpe and Shepherd.
Sharpe and Shepherd there. I'm overlooking Scoot, but that's one, Scoot, again, he's going to bounce back, but I still don't have a lot of faith in the 3-point shooting, so I'll go with those 2 guys in my 4th and 5th round, and it's back to you, TK, or Task. Oh my God! Unless you have any thoughts on those guys.
No.
Shaedon Sharpe, I just don't know if he's good yet.
I know.
Nobody
Is
knows.
he? Yeah, it's hard to tell.
I think he is.
He missed a year when he was in college. Then he was a rookie, and it was kind of a tanking, lost season for the Blazers. Hurt last year, but scored really well. Can jump out at the gym. Didn't play internationally for Canada in the FIBA World Cup last year or the Olympics this year. I just am waiting to actually see a breakout from Shaden
Yeah.
Sharp, though I think it's there.
Yeah, he's 21. He's got 2 seasons under his belt, like you said. I mean, played really well before injury. It's not efficient either, but I need some. Look, I'm trying to put some Canadian fans in our seats.
Nice.
He'll be able to go on Canadian television. I need these positions, and I Scoot. I know someone's going to take him, and that's fine. So maybe I should have went with him, but I like Sharp. I just like him more. That's the other part. He's fun to watch in the highlight reels.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm scared of everything in Portland, and so I'm a little reluctant with Sharp, and I'm a little reluctant with Scoot. You said he's been working out. I don't want him working out. I want him thin. I don't want him huge. Is that going to help his shot, which he struggled with last year? I know he can dunk on people. We saw it in the G League when we were here, and we got to see him in Atlanta. That guy rocked the rim. I can still hear it in my ears. It shook the friggin' stadium. So it's really hard to pass up on him, because I imagine Trey will take him, maybe.
Got a lot of guards.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm taking Scoot. Put Scoot on the board. Get him on there. I mean, I've got way too many guys who can't shoot, but it's hard. I can't resist.
We will recap our teams at the end.
Yeah,
for
I'm
sure.
just throwing out that first year for Scoot. It didn't even exist. It was a weird year under Chauncey Billups. I mean, he started the season as their starting guard, leading a team, and it was just a whole odd thing because he played in the G League for 1 year. That's all he did after high school. And so he never really had a program. Then he starts for Chauncey Billups. Then he gets hurt. There's a lot of things I think that went wrong. I still believe in him inside the arc, and that's what my team is going to be. We're not going to shoot. We're just going to do it from the mid-range. We're going to be an old school team. Anyway, I'm taking Scoot. Scoot's on my squad.
Got the goggles.
Yeah, I actually just saw Puma did some sort of content with Scoot Henderson blind ranking goggles.
Oh,
So maybe we got some cool Scoot Henderson goggles coming out this year.
Blind ranking?
Yeah, there were 7 sets of goggles. Swim goggles came in number 7. Actually, didn't know how to put them on because they gave him those ones that are it's just the eye part, and the other one's just like a skinny strap.
Oh, he was trying them on.
He was trying them on, yeah. Welding goggles. Those came in pretty good. He liked those. We got a pair of a Pit Viper looking goggles that were pretty cool as well. So I say let him play in fancy goggles. It'll help.
So he wears contact lenses and then wears the goggles as a protective measure.
I don't know.
I think. I remember that was a story at the start of last year.
It is kind of weird. He made it to the NBA, and then they're like, wait a second, you need contacts?
Yeah.
Is that why you couldn't shoot? You couldn't see?
They gave it to him last year?
I don't think he got his prescription until he got to the NBA.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Weird.
Which I played basketball for a long time without wearing contact lenses.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was an adjustment. I will be honest.
Sure.
Putting them in, and you would think, oh, you must be better at shooting. No, it was almost all feel when you played without them. Obviously, you could see, but it was maybe your depth perception, or it was a little blurry. But then when I put them in, it was it took a while to adjust.
Sure.
So maybe Scoot
This is the year.
has adjusted. Just get LASIK eye surgery, my man. Or maybe you can't. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong. Okay, so Scoot Henderson goes to TAS.
Yeah.
TK, you got the final pick of this round 5.
Okay, final pick of this round 5. And I need kind of another forward type, so I'm going to go with Asar Thompson, the Detroit Thompson twin.
Yeah, he slipped here.
Yeah, he slipped a little
he
bit
did.
when you consider his brother went in the 3rd round.
Second
round. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. But there, like we said, Asar had the better first half of the season. Amen had the better second half of the season. Neither of them can shoot, but they can both do everything else, including rebound. Asar Thompson, 6 rebounds a game last year. Good passer. Decent with the ball in his hands as well. And I got some guards who can actually shoot it, so he doesn't have to be a knockdown shooter. And at 19% last season, that's not what I'm expecting either.
We're
Asar Thompson.
We're hoping the Thompson twins are
Yeah.
not shooting in the teens
Yep.
when they're 3-point shot. Yeah, let's hope we get a little improvement. Maybe 25% we'll take. Okay, so Asar Thompson slips to the end of the 5th round. Let's start the 6th round.
I need a rocket. Haven't had a rocket yet.
You got a couple to pick from still.
Yeah, give me Rocket Cam Whitmore.
Nice.
Who will be coming off the bench for me, and maybe that's what his role will be in the league, because the guy is a bucket and an absolute black hole, averaged 0.7 assists last season, compared to 9.9 field goal attempts. Came in, he shot the ball every single time he touched it, and actually played pretty well. 45% from the field, 36 from three, and he's just a really good scorer. Built, strong dude, gets to the hole, can shoot it from outside. Seems like a six-man type to me, so happy to finally get a Rocket here.
There you go. Cam Whitmore, is there any Rockets left? We got them all.
I think we may have got them all.
Yeah, I guess we've got them all. All five of the notable Rockets for the 21 and under draft have been selected. Mm-hmm. So you can't take a Rocket, Tass, but where do you want to go?
That's a great question. Because I don't know where to go right now.
Have you given up on shooting?
Yeah, it's done. Listen, I'm not winning this year, and I'm okay with that. Even though I got Banchero, I'm really looking towards the future, and that's why I'm going young here with a prospect that no one knows about, but he was drafted number 1 for a reason. I'm taking Zachary Risache.
All right.
He's 19 years of age. He showed he's got skill. Now, you hear a lot of people who've even seen him play prior to coming to the NBA or played against him and say, that guy went 1? What?
Never a good sign.
Not a good sign.
No.
Who was the former NBA player who plays in Europe who did that? Was it Kendrick Nunn? No.
Who, what?
He talked a little trash about
he was,
Zachary
like, shocked that he
Risache.
went 1, yeah.
How did this guy go number 1? Was it
somebody.
a Will Bynum? No, it was some. I forget who it was. But anyways, you hear that, you see that. Oh, Frank Mason, I think. Anyways, that's a deep cut.
Frank Mason.
Frank
The
Mason
third.
said, this guy's number 1? What? Because he didn't play great in France, but you saw him in the NBA. He's got, or in the Summer League, I should say. He's got a heck of a lot of talent. Handling the ball, shooting the three, setting guys up even as a center. At 19, he's going to come along slowly. I believe in the Hawks front office, too. I think they know that this guy he's a long-term project. And they're not going to put him out there to play really well right now, just like me. We're not winning this year, and that's okay. But
You got a young team.
We're super young. We're super young. That's my thing.
Okay.
So, Risache here in round number 6.
Okay. He's our third rookie selected overall. Castle, Shepard, and now Risache is gone. My pick, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. My final 2 picks, because it'll come back as we finish this. Okay. Couple notable names I think still left on the board. Jeremy Sohan, if you're looking for a glue guy. Do I want to pair him with Wemby? Got some synergy there.
Didn't work last year.
No, so look, he was playing out of position.
Yeah.
Bilal Coulibaly, Jovic,
He's on my list.
Leonard Miller. That's a real stretch. I know no one will take him, but obviously the Canadian play. Dyson Daniels and Keontae George. Those are I think, unless I'm missing someone, outside of the other rookies. Who you're looking at here when you're talking 21 and under. Doesn't leave a lot to be desired, does it?
No. But look, give some love to Bilal Coulibaly, man. This guy played in the gold medal game against the U.S.
true.
And I feel like it got completely brushed to the side because everybody was talking about Wemby's performance, Yabusele making it back to the NBA, but the guy was he didn't play in whatever the semifinal game was. They had him run out there, and he was playing fourth quarter minutes in the Olympics. I was impressed by that.
You're right.
Hit a shot in the 4th, I think. Yeah.
You trying to talk me into taking him?
I'm just saying, I like to say something nice about Bilal Coulibaly. I've been thinking about him for a month. It was nice to see you out there in that gold medal
Super
game.
young, obviously,
Yeah.
and like a lot of these guys, playing on a team that was like a wasteland. Not like anybody was watching the Wizards and seeing his growth, and he did get better as it went on. So I'll make him one of my picks. I got 2 here. I'll take him 6th here. In the 6th round. Yeah, I got my French connection in Wembanyama and Coulibaly. That'll keep Wemby happy, that's for sure.
Yeah,
So,
I had forgotten about him.
well, The
Since
Athletic
that's-
didn't even
didn't make the
draft
list,
him in their
yeah.
team, and I saw some comments like, what? Not even a
Yeah.
mention.
Yeah, a very good pick. A very good player.
Okay.
Born in St. Cloud, France. So there's a nice technology sponsor coming. The Cloud. Something there. There's something there for Bilal Coulibaly.
The Cloud. That's a cool nickname.
That is a good nickname. All right, final round here, round 7. It goes me, Tass, Trey to close this out. I've listed a lot of the names. The rookies, I mean, look, is this guy going to take Buzelis? Is TK going to take him with his last pick if he's
I'm eyeing
there?
him.
Alex Sarr, the number 2 pick, if you want some defense. Klingon, of course. Maybe Kalel Ware. I need another guard door, like someone that can play 2-3 a little bit, maybe if we size him up. He just got traded to Atlanta.
Ooh.
I'm taking a guy. I know Tass likes this guy, and I just he's like a glue guy, right? It's between him and Sohan. I'm going to take Dyson Daniels. as my final pick to close out my team. Again, doing a little bit of everything is what I probably need with my final pick. So he completes my roster.
He had a good Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
good, yep.
very solid. He got after it defensively. He'll guard whoever, whoever you want him to guard. 1 through 3, whatever you want. He'll put his face on the line. He's a really good defender and was under the radar in New Orleans because they just had too many guards in front of him, and so he didn't get enough credit. But hopefully he's healthy because he wasn't healthy last year. But he can shoot the 3 at times for sure, and I think he's going to work really, really well beside Trae Young because he doesn't need to handle the ball, but he can, as he showed in the Olympics.
Yeah, and he's going to be one of my vets on my team because he's already 21.
Oh.
But he doesn't turn 22 until March 17th. So he's going to be in the locker room teaching the young kids the way.
That's what it's like.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Dyson Daniels is gone. Tass, your final pick here in round 7.
Yes, with my final pick, I'm going to go young again. I'm taking Rob Dillingham of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Hello. I didn't even have him on my list.
Heck of a ball handler.
Wow.
And the Wolves went and got him in the draft because they want somebody that can contribute now, and he can. He can do that. And he's got a lot of these herky-jerky moves that I watched. Pretty fun. And as far as my guards go, I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure Scoot's going to be incredible. Hopefully he will. I'm not exactly sure Stephon Castle is going to be incredible. Hopefully he will. But if one of them isn't, I'm ready. I'm ready because I've got Rob Dillingham, who also has a good name. But I do think that he will contribute for the Minnesota Timberwolves this year. He showed it in Summer League. He gets after it too defensively. He's a good ball handler. I like him.
Okay, TK, you have the honor of the final pick here, round 7. This will be the 21st player. If you want to go through some names that you're contemplating.
You want me to list everybody 21 and under?
No. But maybe a couple that you got.
I mean, Buzelis is definitely in the mix, but I feel like with the way the draft is gone, I don't really need another wing like that. So, in another world, man, the world we literally currently live in, where he plays for the team that I root for the most. Nikola Jovic, I actually am seriously considering. I think he had a sneaky good season for the Heat last year. Obviously, there was a lot of talk about him being involved in the Damian Lillard trade over the summer, and then the Heat looked a little smart, I thought, last year when Jaquez was playing well, and Jovic at least seemed like he could stay on the court. He's got good size. He's a pretty decent passer, and he shot 40% from 3 last year, though not on great volume, but who knows? Maybe he ends up being a shooter. Maybe he ends up being a player. He took a serious step forward, I thought, his second year. The other two I'm considering are rookies, Alex Sarr and Donovan Clingan.
Yep.
I feel like Sarr is more of a gamble. The high side is much higher with him, with the athleticism he brings. He probably has a more diverse offensive game if he ever reaches his ceiling. But Clingan, for me, is going to be my final pick.
Wow.
Because I know he's going to be good at defense.
Wow. Okay.
At the very least, he's going to be good at defense. My previous big man is Jalen Duren, who, like we said, looks like he should be good at defense, but isn't yet. Clingan, on the other hand, looks like he should be good at defense and likely will be, just because he's big and he can actually move a little bit. So give me Donovan Clingan coming off the bench.
Okay, well, let's recap our teams here for everyone. Eventually, we'll have to get that poll going, who drafted the best 21 and under team. My squad is such. Victor Wembanyama, the obvious number 1 pick. Amen Thompson, obviously of the Rockets. Jabari Smith Jr. right after him. Shaedon Sharpe. I took a rookie in Reed Shepherd. I got Bilal Coulibaly and Dyson Daniels. Definitely some defense on this squad. And hopefully Reed Shepherd is lights out from 3, or Sharp can bounce back and get that efficiency up. Same with Dyson Daniels. I'm limited there. There's no doubt. But not a bad squad overall.
No.
Tass, your team.
Paolo Banchero, easy number 2 pick. Derek Lively, Stephon Castle, Gigi Jackson. My team is young. Scoot Henderson, Zachary Reese-O'Shea. Well, it's getting younger. Rob Dillingham. It's even younger. But I'm okay with it. I'm playing for the future. So Banchero, Lively, Castle, Gigi Jackson, Scoot, Reese-O'Shea, and Dillingham.
When you were saying you were like, at some point in the draft, you're like, okay, I got to play for the future. I thought you were going to take, instead of Dillingham, Topic.
Not even coming to the end.
Yeah, obviously
That'd
not.
be nice.
He's going to be hurt for this entire year, but he's 19 years old, Serbian kid, obviously drafted by the Thunder, but
Thunder were smart. Yeah, that was a good one.
okay, TK, your team.
Got a couple of Brandons up top, Brandon Miller and Brandon Pajemski. Pajemski will be joined in the backcourt by Case and Wallace. I've got Jalen Duren as my starting big man. I've got Asar Thompson probably playing the 4 for the team. Cam Whitmore coming off the bench alongside another big boy, Donovan Clingan.
Okay, there it is. Those are our squads. Is there a surprising name to you, Trey, left on the board that none of us drafted? Who jumps out to you?
Names... I mean, I'm surprised I didn't draft Buzelis. I thought I was going to reach for it for sure. For being honest, I actually... Maybe Sohan.
Yeah,
You're in on him. I'm not.
You don't at all.
No, I was completely turned off last year. I tried to play him out of position. It didn't work, and as soon as they played him less, the team got better, and so did Wemby.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I still think he's skilled enough. I don't think he's good.
I don't know what he's good at.
Right. He's not a shooter.
Yeah.
The defense is where he's
Gonna make his
good,
money.
I guess.
Yeah. That's where he's gonna.
The offense.
He does feel like a. It sometimes is like the biggest compliment and the biggest disc calling someone, especially when they're this young. He's the ultimate glue guy.
He's a glue guy.
Like, you could take that both ways.
Yeah.
That means like, oh yeah, everybody needs a glue guy. Great.
Yeah.
And you're like, hold on, how old are you? You're like glue?
That's why you drafted
You gotta
Dyson.
be the
Daniels.
scissors. You gotta be the construction paper, man. Give me glue at that young. That's not that impressive. So
wow, what's the most important part of a collage?
I would say the
glue,
content.
The glue is pretty important.
Glue is big, yeah. Scissors, I feel like are last place, actually. Because you can tear it up.
Oh, jeez.
The medium is big.
Yeah.
The medium is huge. Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so Sohan's pretty surprising. Jovic we threw in there. I think Keontae George,
Yeah, no, for sure.
he doesn't turn
was
21
good.
until early November,
Young.
so he's still a young guy. And, you know, is it that much different than sort of a Scoot year? Like, it's low efficiency, but you obviously see the promise in him.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's surprising.
He is.
Especially when we were talking about how many, like, fewer guards there are to pick
Yeah.
from, that he's still there.
Alexandre Sarr not being taken, also a little surprising. He's
Yeah.
a very, very good defender, and at the 5 spot, that's not just calling somebody a glue guy. That's important in the NBA.
Yes,
He's very, very,
He has a
very
skill
good
set,
at that,
yeah.
and he's going to be under the wings of Jonas Valanciunas in Washington, which is weird. That's just weird. Jonas Valanciunas is going to play for the Wizards, and Sarr's going to be playing behind him. That's just weird. But I think he's going to be good, and Valanciunas may have to go to the bench at times. We'll see. We'll see about that. Kobe Buffkin's on my list too.
Oh,
that's a guy who's overlooked.
That's a deep cut.
It's a deep cut, but he's a talented player.
That's only because we saw him play for the G League team.
An
guy
awesome
can-
game, though.
And he
He's
was
good.
great. And he does look good.
And he can defend. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's thin,
He's
but
thin.
he can
Yeah.
defend.
He gets at it, for sure.
No love for Grady?
Thought about him. You're definitely hoping for
That
a
he
much...
shot as well as he did in the second half.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's I
a
actually
shooter.
thought he was a little older than he is too, but yeah, he was there. Having a little dick on my team. Nothing wrong with that. And who else did we miss? I'm sure you're letting us know right now in the stream team. Let us know in the YouTube comments. You can tweet at us. And again, we'll have to sort of get the poll going maybe on Twitter or something like that. Who drafted the best team? Overall, not bad though. It's got a lot of good young talent in the league.
Yeah.
You know, in doing this exercise, you're like, oh yeah. Especially when you do look at the Rockets team, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, there's that.
This team's amazing.
Sure,
Keep all
it'd
these
be
guys
awesome in
together.
5 years.
Totally. But you tell us who did the best, who did we miss, who would you have taken, you know, in the first couple rounds, who slipped? Is it an Asar Thompson? Is it Sohan not even being drafted? Let us know. That was a lot of fun. And thanks again to the Athletic guys for inspiring this idea as we inch our way closer to the start of the NBA season. Have you started doing, like, you know, your deep dives into the teams yet? Crunching the numbers, like even you saying Valanciunas was on the Wizards, like I was like, oh yeah. I hadn't thought about that, but good call.
I'm not crunching yet.
I'm not either.
We haven't suggested a full-on preview yet because I ain't ready. I just ain't ready.
I'll peel back the curtain. The No Dunks team has a summer, or I guess a scheduling meeting coming up here. We're gonna start looking at the rest of the summer and the season. So I think then we'll have a better idea. Okay, this is when we're doing wins and over-unders. This is when we're doing predictions. This is when we're doing maybe through the teams. It's coming.
Yeah, it's extension season right now. You know,
Yeah.
all we're looking at is extensions. Hey, you want to be here longer? Yeah, I do.
All right, but we will be back later this week with a new No Dunks. That's probably on Thursday. But this is fun. Survivor's right around the corner. Survivor 47. And we're doing something we've never done before. tomorrow on Wednesday around noon over on the No Buffs feed, live on YouTube, obviously flipped into a podcast, a cast reaction. We're going to watch like their little, what are they, like 90 second, 60 second, 90 second clips of them introducing themselves. And we are going to like give our first impressions of all the castaways. JD, have you done any research for this yet?
I've started putting together the
clips?
The clips. So I've seen probably 9 of them.
Okay.
I don't love it so far.
Oh, no.
Save it.
Save it for tomorrow. There is a Canadian I saw.
I did, yeah.
From Winnipeg.
Yeah, right away. I was like, am I going to be able to spot the Canadian within that nanosecond as soon as she started talking?
Oh, the accent.
Genevieve.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
So, you know, her. If you look at the waveform of everybody, like the whole, like, you know, you can see it on the track or whatever.
Yeah.
Hers is like, you could just tell just by looking. It's like looking like the Matrix. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, there's a Canadian, the soft-spoken
It's
one.
just quiet.
Yeah,
it's
just quiet. She's just here to play a good game. It's like she's a lawyer. She doesn't like the law. She just likes problem solving. She's gonna go far. She's gonna go far.
JD's taking her in.
I always take the Canadian.
You got to crunch the numbers and the previews for Survivor before you can do the NBA stuff.
So, and we're gonna have someone special joining us for No Buffs for season 47 as well. So check that out tomorrow. That link is in the show notes as well. Come join the No Buffs YouTube feed and make sure you subscribe on Apple and Spotify or wherever you download podcasts. I can't believe it's almost here. Like I'm sort of excited, and I'm also like, oh God, it feels like we just stopped talking about this.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is the most excited I've been to see the cast videos come out.
Wow.
I haven't watched them yet.
Okay.
Never watch them, but watching them this year.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I've never watched them either.
Yeah,
I usually go in.
Well, yeah, we always
Totally.
talk about on No Buffs that we only start when that season starts, but yeah, we're switching it up. I think we'll have a lot of fun tomorrow in like completely judging these people from a 60-second clip.
I'm already wondering if there was a guy with a half beard, like left and right half beard, or if it was just the way
think
it
so.
was. Interesting.
I didn't see that in the photo.
Oh, a lot of broadcasters, not just John Lovett.
John
like,
Lovett. John Lovett is on this season. You knew that.
But there's an E-League announcer.
Well,
There's
people are pointing out like there's like almost groups. There's like a couple people into aviation.
oh yeah,
There's a couple people into
You're
like
right.
broadcasting. Yeah, there's an esports commentator. There's another sports reporter. And there's like these like clumps.
Survivor 47 on the air.
That's pretty good.
Damn, that's good.
Fan salesman.
Save this for No Buffs.
Okay, you're right.
Save it for No Buffs. All right, but we'll be back with No Dunks later this week, so make sure you subscribe. 5-star ratings and review. Until then, Clipper Bro.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, one guy we didn't mention in the draft. I thought he'd get drafted just because of his name. Jacoby Walter. It's a good name.
Great name.
He loves names. He loves names.
Well, who doesn't like Jacoby? That's why the Raptors drafted him. Oh yeah, Kobe? Yeah, I'm taking him.
Jacoby Walter, don't call me Walker, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It just feels like a Jacoby Walker to me.
Yeah. And Walter, I feel like you usually say Walters.
Right.
He's going to be a misnamed guy a lot,
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
He will be,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's why I'm just practicing right now.
Yeah, got to.
Yeah.
Get your reps in. Brace the day, people.